Hi, my name is Marissa Anderson. I am a fifth-year senior. I am a German major and a genetics dual major, focus in genomics and a minor in art. Well, when I was really young, my dad was playing music from a German rock band called Rammstein, and it was the first language that I had recognized as not being an English language because I could hear the vocalist singing and it was more speaking, and I recognized words, but I didn't understand what words are, so I asked him successively, what is German? Where does it come from? What is Germany? Blah, blah, blah. And then ultimately, an hour later, I was looking at pictures of Neuschwanstein and I just fell in love with the German culture. And then in 8th grade, I had the opportunity to take German, and that's when it all began. Studying German at UNH, I think, was one of the best ideas I could have ever gone through with. It's a very small department, and with that includes a very personalized sort of education, and your needs are met as a student individually. You don't feel like you're a part of a number. Class sizes are somewhat small, and so there's a lot more opportunity for one-on-one time with professors. Studying abroad, I could not recommend highly enough, as it gives you opportunities to discover things about yourself that you normally would not have discovered. It puts you in a very perhaps uncomfortable position at times, but it pushes you in directions that you never knew that you could go in. And like I said, I would not have been able to go out and honestly just send an email to people in the German Cancer Research Center and successfully got my position had I not studied abroad, found that inner strength, and been like, you know what, I think I'm good enough, and I think I'm going to send an email, and I think I want to go for it. And I was lucky enough to have received a position at the German Cancer Research Center, which I'm going to be returning to this summer while I wait to hear back from graduate schools. Knowing German is nice because German is such a prevalent language throughout Europe, and in this world now there's so many speakers of it. I believe it's within the top 10 most commonly spoken languages, so it was helpful to be able to switch into German should I need it, because not everyone speaks English once you leave Western Europe. If you start traveling into Eastern Europe, you're going to find that less and less people do speak English. There was a situation I found myself in when I was in Munich during a shooting. And I had to communicate with all sorts of different people, specifically my bus carrier. I was supposed to depart from Munich that night to go to another city, and the bus drivers and the customer service did not speak any English, so I had to speak German to them to explain to them, what was going on and why I couldn't get on the bus or why I needed to take the bus the next day. For somebody who is hesitant to take a language because they consider themselves bad at learning a language, I say your choices in life define who you are, and I say that I really encourage that you should take on the challenge to learn another language, because it opens all sorts of doors of opportunity for you, doors you don't even know exist yet until you start to learn. And even though it's hard, put in the work, put in the effort, and you would be amazed at the doors it'll open for you. If I had not studied German, I wouldn't have done the study abroad program in Berlin. And that being said, I would have missed out on a 3-month excursion through Europe, traveling on my own, doing classes for the most part by myself. And I would have missed out an opportunity to grow as a person and find a level of self-confidence I never knew that I had, which successfully gave me strength to ultimately find a really fantastic job in Germany and then also graduate school. In Germany, the culture is very closely tied to the language. Just going to Germany is one thing where you can see the culture, but you're not necessarily immersing yourself in it. Knowing the language, or at least trying to speak the language, you're taking it to a whole new level, and you will get so much more out of it because you'll meet random passerby on the street, or people in coffee shops, and you'll be able to engage with them. And even if your German is bad and you might be embarrassed, they are still very excited that you can speak their language, because they recognize that their language is difficult and they recognize that you're trying. And so you'll get to know people on a more personal level, and therefore get to see who Germany is and who the people that live there are. And I've had so many wonderful experiences, and I have a family away. It's my home away from home, and I have like a second family over there in Germany. So I could not be happier that I'm going to be returning for a probably pretty permanent time. Well, I'm actually moving to Germany in 4 months from now. So after graduation, about 10 days after graduation, I'm going to be moving to Germany permanently. So needing to know German is quite quite relevant to what my plans are with my life, and I would like to stay in Germany for as long as possible. If I were to start over, I would still stick with German. I think especially with what I'm studying, both genetics and German go well together, because Germany is such a powerhouse in the sciences, and I think knowing German and moving to Europe is a very valuable skill set.